Disappointed for Stacker I was in this game. It was a good game if you're a Parramatta supporter. It was a frightful game if you're a Penrith supporter. Penrith really had no answer at all. They really at no stage did they look like getting on top of the Parramatta side. They only got over the line once and they were tackled into touch and goal. But it was a very good, strong display by Parramatta, interspersed with some positively brilliant football. And this Parramatta side under Coach Gibson, the way he likes himself designated up there, so I'll go along with that, Jack.
Good figure.
His insistence that Mann be in the side has been interesting, because Mann has played some great football in the last 2 weeks.
So did Mark Levy.
And of course they've let Mark Levy go, as Noel pointed out. Now that was, well, I think good for Levy in a way, because he wasn't doing anything going around in reserve grade.
Well, it was quite right. I don't think he could make the grade. Well, he had two full-backs. There was Phil Mann and young Neil Hunt. Then he's got centre three-quarters, so the opportunities for him to go and play with another first-grade club. And I think Mark Levy would be quite happy at that stage of the game too to go.
How did Melrose go, Rich?
Oh, quite useful. The backs are firing, so 5'8's got to be doing his job.
He's doing his job. One Peter Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling's having a top go. He's a mobile little player. He does a lot. Bear O'Reilly, I thought, was clearly the best player on the field for subtlety and skill. I think he lost about 3.5 kilos in weight. The heat was enormous up there. Must have been 10 degrees hotter up there than it was anywhere else was around the coast. Penrith frittered away possession while losing the ball. There was some very ordinary tries scored. That was young Mackenzie, who just came on, scored 2 tries in the dying moments of the game. He's not a half-back looking type. He's a lanky, rangy sort of a boy. That man again. There's Mackenzie again.
When he's on that man, it's hard to tackle.
Because he thrived on the rather... That's the sort of thing that happened a fair bit. And this is the sort of thing Sterling did about it, picking up the dregs, out to go quickly along the line. Growth, of course, was enjoying himself out in the wing too. And
where did
Sterling.
He followed that ball right across the field.
He does that all the time. He's got an incredible work rate, Sterling. He really is a top player.
Plays about 2 stone above himself, I reckon.
So it looks like Parramatta's on the attack.
Yes, well, allowing for very weak opposition. I again repeat, I was very sorry for Len Stacker, who is a wholehearted coach with an absolutely parochial view about his club, that he wants to succeed, he wants his players to have dignity, he wants his players to hold their heads high. I was very disappointed for him, not so much for the players. Players make or break their own destiny on the football field, but coaches can only prepare them to the best of their ability and send them out there, and if the guys don't do it, well, the coach is the man that gets egg on his face. And I was given some disturbing information, I hope it's untrue, that another player, another former first-grade coach, was approached with a view to being the Penrith coach for this year. I hope it's untrue. I hope they're not going to start the knives in the back business up there again.
You might have just started that, Rex.
No, I didn't. Evidently, he was being treated there, and he stopped being treated to complete a tackle.
Put him on his good side.
Alf Richards was on the field at the time, and you'll see Alf holding the... There they are on the sideline. Alf wanted to put it back in, but Edgy saying, no, not now, not now, and you'll see... Alf Richards display it. Now he says, what you do is you... I'll keep an eye out for you. Pretty strong tackle here on big Phil Mann. This is the sort of tackling that's got to take place to stop him. You'll see Warren Fenton go in and up him, down him. Could have close to a spear tackle that, but he landed on his shoulder. That was one of the things. Now, particularly for younger players, young forwards, don't develop into boneheads. Think. Do what Bob O'Reilly does and try to unload the ball. He does this very well with a new little ploy, as you're going to see. A little underarm flick to Beecher, one of the replacements. Doesn't get anywhere, this particular one. Doesn't get anywhere, that one. But not very long after that, he was able to put his skipper in for a try. Watch this little pass again. Here's the bear coming on. I'm talking to forwards that like to just run at people and not think. Now watch the big bloke.
Yeah, that's a set.
Now this is a set-piece move. It's clever stuff. O'Reilly takes the defence and puts Price at a gap, and that player 2 yards from the line's unstoppable, and he goes in for what turned out to be a very easy try, all because there's a bit of thought, a little bit of